Before we even get into this, if you can hear it, I am sick. I have been sick for a total of 12 days, okay? So bear with me. Just bear through my voice, please. If it goes in and out, I'm sorry. I know you guys love Where's My Teas, so I just had to put one up for you. But let's get right into it. Okay, so it says, hey girl, I'm 21 and a senior in college. I've been with my boyfriend for over a year now, and it's been and or started off great. But things haven't always been the best and are just now getting back to good. Over the summer, I accepted an internship. Since the job was in another city and my boyfriend lived there, I decided to stay with him for the summer while I worked this internship. A few weeks passed and everything was fine, but he started to talk about an old friend who he'd grown up with that was coming into town soon. He said that they scheduled a day to hang out together. I'm not really the jealous type and was fine with it, but when the situation happened, the circumstances were a bit strange. For one, the girl came and vacationed in a city that was 2 hours away from where we lived. He left while I was at work to pick her up and shot me a text when he was going around 12 p.m. After he picked her up, he drove from her city back to his, took her to a picnic on a park, out on a boardwalk, to a shopping center, to another city to chill together, and drove her 2 hours back to where the city and they had drinks. So drove her 2 hours back to the city he initially picked her up from, and that's where they had drinks. The entire day he ignored my texts and calls and claimed that all the while her two cousins were with them. However, in the pictures posted on Facebook of them hugged up, there were no cousins to be found, and she was all cheesed up in a mini skirt and high heels with my man. And that ended our relationship. However, months have passed now, and we have rekindled only under the conditions that he could no longer have this friend around. Am I wrong for making him choose us over a 10-year friendship? Please help. Girl, where's my tea? We got Chick-fil-A. Okay, so I'm not the type, like, I really don't care if you have, like, an old friend or even if you have a female best friend. That doesn't concern me. I really don't care. Would I mind you going to see them? I don't mind. Of course, if it's a best friend, sure. But the things that happen with you going to see her is my concern. If y'all doing something intimate like dinner and a movie, that's too intimate for me. It's kind of based off of character. I can kind of judge it from there. But if you're in a relationship, you have to have total trust in your partner. Now, this man drove 2 hours to pick her up, then brought her back. And they did too much in one day. And for him not to answer the phone calls kind of would have been a little fishy to me. Do I think you're wrong for having him cut her off? Kind of, sort of. It seems like you were a bit threatened and that's why you cut her off. But you have to check him. You shouldn't be mad at her. You should really figure out what is it. Like, why did you do so much with her? Why were you guys running around? You really should investigate that. It seemed more than just an old friend, and it was kind of really, really disrespectful. And I think you felt that, and that's the reason why you broke up with him. I think it was a little suspicious that he did not pick up your phone call. Red flag number one, it was very inconsiderate, so I understand the steps that you took after that. However, you should make it clear to him what to do and what not to do. But you know, sometimes we kind of like, when you have that friend coming into town, we kind of overthink things. And then we kind of like do more than what we usually do. So on a normal day, you may call him maybe once or twice throughout the day. I'm sure this time, since he was with an old friend, you was just blowing this man up and texting this man up. It don't kind of work like that. Like, if he's going to be with his friend, and this is like a true friend, hit him up, he pick up the phone. But sometimes we like to just nitpick, and that don't make it right. And I'm not sure that's what you did. Sometimes we can do that. And you might have just did that, and then he probably was like, damn, she just blowing me up. I'm not saying it's right that he didn't pick up the phone. Trust me, I'd be pissed too if my nigga didn't pick up the phone. But sometimes we can do that. However, you accepted him back. You forgave him. I just don't think it's right that you determine who he talks to. Would I determine who my boyfriend or whoever talks to or not? No, if I have to do that, that means we're lacking someplace in some relationship. I'm not going to dictate that. You should already know how to respect me as I'm going to respect you. But that situation did seem a little fishy. However, that's up to you guys. If that's how you handle the relationship, then do it. But you're going to find yourself cutting off a lot of people because you have some type of suspicions or you feel some type of way. And then it's like a controlling thing. You should never have to tell someone who to talk to. Fix your relationship. Talk to him. Let him know what you're going to step. Next time when I call you, pick up the phone. Next time I text you, pick up the phone, because it's going to lead me to think otherwise. There's a communication gap that you guys have to fix and talk about. But now you said things are going great. Hopefully you got over that hunch. If another old friend comes into town, trust him. Now if he's doing all the extra mile that he's doing and he does not pick up his phone and he repeats it, then come on, boo. Fooled you twice. Don't be crazy. Alright guys, that was my advice to her. I hope I wasn't all over the place. I kind of was trying to get straight to the point without rambling. And then my voice, if you see the outtakes of this, I'm like coughing all over the place. What would you do in this situation? Do you think she's wrong for telling him he can't speak to that girl anymore? What would you have done? Do you dictate who your spouse or your significant other talk to? Let me know. I'm kind of interested. Personally, I don't do that, but I can understand and totally see why someone else would do that. So let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget, if you need advice, you can check the top and the bottom of the description box. My email address is there. I'm backed up and I'm still trying to respond. As I said, I've been sick for 12 days, guys. Bear with me, okay? But I'm out.